The Curse of the Ancient Well. In a remote village, hidden among towering mountains and dense forests, there stood an ancient well, surrounded by thorns and black stones. The villagers grew up hearing that this well was haunted by Jinn, and that it was a gateway connecting their world with that of the spirits. Legend had it that 100 years ago, a greedy man tried to force the well to yield water after villagers warned him not to go near it. He laughed at the elders' stories, calling them myths to scare children. One evening, while gathered with friends in the village square, they dared him to go spend an entire night by the well until dawn. Sam accepted without hesitation, grabbed his lantern, and set off into the dark forest. That night, his figure was seen being dragged screaming into the darkness of the well, and he was never found again. From that day, the well was said to swallow anyone who dared approach it after midnight. Looking down, he saw a blackened hand emerging from the stones, gripping his leg with icy fingers. He tried to pull free, but the hand tightened its grip until he felt pain shoot through his bones. Then a harsh voice hissed in his ear. Exhausted, he fell to the ground as the mist thickened, until he could see only a few inches ahead. In a rasping, echoing voice, it said, "Years passed until there came Sam, a fearless young man who didn't believe in tales of Jinn or curses. As he approached the well, the trees grew thicker, and a pale white mist rolled along the ground, as if creeping out from the earth's depths. He heard rustling sounds among the trees, like something quietly stalking him. From within the smoke, human-like shapes appeared, horribly twisted and screaming as if they were souls in endless torment. Voices shrieked from all directions. Sam tried to recite verses from the Koran, but his tongue felt frozen. He couldn't speak a single word, and on some clear nights, they claimed to see a tall, faceless figure standing atop the sealed well, its long black arms outstretched, gesturing silently to passers-by, as if inviting them to join him forever in the unending darkness. Finally, he reached the well and stood before its black, bottomless opening. Raising his lantern, he peered inside, seeing only an endless, consuming darkness. When the clock struck past midnight, a sudden, bone-chilling wind began to swirl around him, even though the air had been perfectly still moments earlier. As his eyes met the deep darkness inside, he saw thousands of distorted faces screaming from within the well's depths. Some looked like villagers who had disappeared decades ago. As they cautiously approached the well, they found his shattered lantern lying near the stones, stained with small splatters of blood and drag marks leading straight to the well's edge. There, on the rim, they discovered strands of Sam's hair, but no sign of Sam himself. A massive, blackened hand rose from the well, grabbed his head, and in a terrifying instant, pulled him down into the abyss. Then he heard a faint voice echoing from the depths of the well, calling his name slowly. "Come!" They carved ancient symbols on the stones, hoping to contain whatever horror lurked inside. His heart pounded violently, but he forced himself to stay calm. Convinced he was imagining things, he sat on a rock near the well. But soon, the surrounding trees began to emit sounds like human wailing. As he looked around in panic, he saw black shadows slithering between the trunks. Each shadow appeared like a tall, twisted body with two glowing red eyes staring directly at him. Suddenly, something cold and solid touched his ankle from below. "You are ours. You will never leave." He tried to run, but no matter how hard he pushed forward, it felt like he was running in place, the forest spinning around him like the maw of a beast. From that swirling fog emerged a tall figure, wearing a black cloak, with a face devoid of features except for a wide, crooked mouth smiling like a demon's. At last, the one who will set us free, in exchange for his soul. Suddenly, the ground around the well cracked open, and black smoke poured out, rising like a storm. Then he felt something lift him high above the well. At dawn, his friends came searching for him. They ran back to the village in terror. The elders gathered and decided to seal the well with giant stones and thick iron bars, chanting old protective prayers. But from that night on, the villagers began to hear Sam's screams echoing from beneath the earth every midnight.